How about one more time for Tim? That's right. Hi, my name's Nigel. I look like I taught your son guitar against his will. I love living in this city. I just moved into Kensington Market, and if you don't know, Kensington Market's a pretty hippie area. It's a nice place. Except I just found out that my apartment complex is infested with white guys with dreadlocks. So that was. And listen, I believe in alternate dimensions, right? I believe that there's different iterations of us and on different timelines. And I think that white guys with dreadlocks are from another dimension where that's also not cool. That's how you learn about someone, right? You look at their face, you judge what's going on their head. Like, here's if I tell someone's crazy, you can see the whites above their eyeballs. That's all separating you from a lunatic, right? Is this and this, you know what I mean? It's a very subtle difference. So they're just like, hey man, you want to go to the park? Like, hey man, you want to go to the park? Like, two different people, two very different park uses. You get to travel a lot doing stand-up to some pretty cool places. Not trying to brag or anything. Hamilton, Ontario, Oshawa, Ontario, Kitchener, Ontario. You get a good half you got the sarcasm. Everyone else is like, fantastic vacation destinations, thank you very much. I'll have to spend a weekend in Oshawa figuring out who's my brother and who's my sister. Travel a lot. I was just in Montreal recently. If you've never been to Montreal, they all speak French. And then if you try and speak French, they're like, shut up. And then they just screw up English to you, and apparently that's okay. To give you an example, I was in my hotel, I called down to make a wake-up call. I was like, hey, can I get a wake-up call at like 7 a.m.? The guy on the other end of the line was like, oui, hello, we don't do wake-up call, but if you look beside your bed, time machine. He called my alarm clock a time machine. It's not wrong. It's just not right. Oui, hello, we don't have toothbrush, but if you look beside the sink, une petite tooth broom, sweepy, sweepy, mon chéri. Ridiculous. I'm a tiny boy. I'm a little boy. I look like someone stapled a windshield wiper onto a baby carrot, right? I don't have a man's body. I don't get called sir, right? I get called buddy. Right? Buddy body. I just want to get big enough where I can have a solid bowel movement again. I don't know if there's any skinny guys out there, you can't have one because your body's like, we could use that later, right? So every time it just looks like someone slit my butt's throat. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Changed up my diet, went to McDonald's twice the other day. New diet. McDonald's, twice. Second time the cashier was like, hey, weren't you just here earlier? I was like, hey, isn't it like your only job not to say that to me? Like, what are they paying for just to rub shame in my face? I might go vegan because I can't afford meat. And if you're vegan, that's fine. Suck on celery, do whatever you do. But, my only problem with vegans is when you go into a vegan restaurant and they put real food but they put quotes around it, suspicious, right? Come on in, enjoy a Philly cheesesteak, right? Like, imagine if I invited you over and you're like, what's for dinner? I was like, chicken. You'd be like, yeah, but what did you just do with your hands right there? You're up to something. I was in the bathroom the other day, the public bathroom, the one for everyone, right? I was doing my sit-down business, we're all adults here, right? And there's another guy in the bathroom, he finishes up while he's leaving, turns the lights out, just like, that's it for me, folks! See you in the morning! So I'm just in a mine shaft, using the flashlight on my phone to scan the paper for damage. Until finally another guy comes back in, he turns the lights back on, I wipe up like a princess. While I'm leaving, he looks at me and he goes, pfft. I was like, do you think I did this to myself? I came in here, saw the lights were on, and was like, nah. We're gonna take this one off the grid. Smoke darts, hack darts. Anyone else hack darts? One sad person in the back. They're killing me. I'm trying to quit, not really, but for the sake of the joke, I'm giving it a good whack. Right? I just don't have the willpower. Like, usually I try and quit about halfway through a cigarette. That's prime quitting time for me, about halfway through. I just don't have the balls. Like, the other day I was smoking, got halfway through, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this poison. I'm not gonna let this run my life anymore. Went to flick it over the fence, except it didn't make it all the way over the fence. It just kind of landed on top of it. And then with nobody there, just to myself, I was like, rebound! Pick that up, smoke the rest of it, right? It's brutal. You guys are good at laughing, but you're also good at stopping. I respect that. You're like, ha! And that's all you get. I was reading the Toronto Sun the other day. Great publication, huh? The Toronto Sun. It must have been a slow news day because this article was about a man who got his genitals caught in a soda bottle and then his genitals died inside the soda bottle. From reading this article, I know way too much about this medically. It takes 4 hours to achieve full penile necrosis. Guess how long this guy left his in for? 4 days. That's right, 4 days. He went to bed 3 times. He's like, well, I've had quite the Friday. Time to attack this problem with fresh eyes tomorrow. Listen, you guys have been great. You're going to love the rest of your show. Thanks so much for having me.